My dear students, so today we are going to learn the ninth problem on this simply supported beam. I will read the question. A simply supported beam has a concentrated load at the center which fluctuates from a value P to 4P. The span of the beam is 500 mm and its cross section is circular with a diameter of 60 mm. Taking for beam material and ultimate strength of this material is given as 700 megapascal and the yield stress of this material is given as 500 megapascal and the endurance limit of the material is given as 330 megapascal. For the reverse bending and factor of safety as 1.3. Calculate the maximum value of P. Take size factor is 0.85 and surface finishing factor is given as 0.9. So in this case, K surface finishing factor, K size factor is already given. If it is given means we have to use the same formula. Is it right? First, I will draw the simply supported beam. Is it right? Let us consider this beam is resting on two support. We can say as simply supported beam. So this one, what we can say here? So this one we can say as beam is resting on how many support? Two support. This is first support and this one is second support. If the beam is resting on two support, we can say as simply supported beam. Has a concentrated load at the center. So this means that the concentrated load nothing but the point load. Which load is acting? Point load is acting where? At the center point. Okay, so which fluctuate from a value P to 4P. So this means that the first initially load is P and the maximum load is 4P is acting on this beam. Is it right? Then we can represent P as well as maximum load is acting on the center point, or we can represent here. Here 4P. Okay dear. The span of the beam nothing but total length of a beam is how much is given? Span what we can say? Total length of a beam is 500 mm is given. Total length of a beam is L equal to how much? 500 mm. Okay, and its cross section is circular. So how is it? The cross section is circular of this beam with a diameter of this beam. How much is given here? 60 mm. Diameter D equal to 60 mm. Okay dear. Taking for the beam material and the ultimate strength of this material, how much is given here? Ultimate strength, it is represented by sigma u. Okay dear. The ultimate strength, it is represented by sigma u. How much is given? 700 megapascal. Okay. And the yield stress of the material is given as, it is represented by sigma y is 500 megapascal. Okay. Endurance limit of the material is represented by, endurance limit is sigma E equal to 330 megapascal. Okay. for the reverse bending, and the factor of safety of this material is given as how much? 1.3. The factor of safety, it is represented by n equal to 1.3. Calculate the maximum value of P. So in this case, we need to find out the value of P. Is it right? And size factor, K size. K size is given as how much? Is given as 0.85. Okay, and the surface finishing factor of this material is given as K surface is given as 0.9. Okay dear, then here KF is given, KF is not given. If is not given means then you need to consider the value as 1 of the KF value. Then in the given data, you have to represent just given data. Okay. Here the ultimate stress how much is given? 700 megapascal. But our intention is we want to convert in Newton per millimeter square. So we know very well the 1 megapascal should be equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. Then we can represent here 700 Newton per millimeter square, and this one is 500 megapascal. We can represent as 5 as it is 500 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, endurance strength of this material is 330 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, and the diameter of this specimen, how much is given here? D is given as 60 mm. So in this case, so here where the load is acting, the load is acting at the center. So this means that the maximum bending moment, how much maximum bending moment is acting? 4P, and the minimum bending moment is acting on this beam is how much? P. If the load is acting at the center beam, this beam is bent, it look like a curvature, and the forming as a deflection is here. So if you apply the compressive force, if you apply the maximum force, this one, what we can say, top fiber, this one we can say this dot line is indicate top fiber. On this top fiber, the compressive force is acting. On the top fiber, compressive force is acting. On the bottom fiber, the tensile force is acting. And center line we can say as neutral axis line. It is represented by NA. Okay dear, then so in this case what we need to find out? We need to find out the value of P. We need to find out in this case. The first thing is what we have to do here. We need to solve the maximum bending moment. We need to solve. Then the first thing is what we need to find out? We need to find out the maximum bending moment. We need to find. If you want to find out the maximum bending moment, which formula we have to use? M max, maximum bending moment. So where the load is acting? The load is acting at the center point. Okay, so here which one is the V maximum? Here V maximum is, maximum load is how much is there? 4P. Here minimum load is acting on this beam is how much? P. It should be P. Okay, the maximum load is acting on the beam. The load is acting in the concentrate at the center point is 4P, and the minimum load is P. Is it right? Then we know very well for the maximum bending moment we are using the formula is V maximum load into total length of a beam by 4. Okay dear, and then the maximum load is how much is there? 4p into length of this specimen. How much is given here? 500 by 4. So just you need to multiply this term, 500 into 4 by 4, then remaining should be how much dear? 4 cancel, remaining should be 500p. Then what will be the unit? The unit of load is Newton and the unit of length is mm. Newton mm. Is it right? That is the value of maximum bending moment. Again, what we need to find out? We need to find out the minimum bending moment. We need to find out. Is it right? If you want to find out minimum bending moment, so we have to use the formula is M minimum equal to W minimum. So this means that minimum bending moment should be equal to the minimum load into length by 4. Minimum load into length, total length by 4. So here minimum load how much is acting on this beam is P. Total length how much of the beam? 500. Is it right? 500 by 4. So if you divide 500 by 4, then you will get the value of 125. Is it right? Then it should be 125p. That is the value of minimum bending moment. Again, what we need to find out? Actually, our intention is we need to find out the mean bending moment. If you want to find out the mean bending moment, you know very well which formula we have to use. Mean bending moment is equal to the maximum bending moment plus minimum bending moment by 2. Then you will get the mean bending moment. What about the variable bending moment? The variable bending moment we have to use the formula is maximum bending moment minus minimum bending by 2. Then you will get the value of variable bending moment. Is it right? So I am finding here the mean bending moment. Mean bending moment. Okay. If you want to find out the mean bending moment, you need to use the formula is MM. Okay, M is indicate mean bending moment. It should be equal to maximum bending moment plus minimum bending moment by 2. Then the maximum bending moment is how much you got it here? 500p plus minimum bending moment is 125p. Is it right? 125p by 2. It should be how much? 500 plus 125. It should be 625. 625 by 2. Then you will get 312.5. Is it right? 312.5. Okay. Then remaining should be P is common here. That is the value of a mean bending moment. Again, what we need to find out? We need to find out the variable bending moment. If you want to find out the variable bending moment, which formula we have to use here? For the variable bending moment, the same formula we have to use, just we to change the sign. MV equal to maximum bending moment minus minimum bending moment by 2. Then you will get the value of variable bending moment. Is it right? Then variable bending moment then we have to use the formula is MV equal to M max minus of M minimum by 2. Okay, then m max nothing but how much value is there? 500p minus of 125p by 2. If you subtract 500 minus of 125 by 2, then you will get the value of 187.5. Is it right? 187.5. The remaining is p. That is the value of mb. But what will be the unit? So the unit is here, the unit Newton mm, and here Newton mm. Okay dear, any confusion up to here? No. Again, please take this snapshot here. We need to find out the section modulus. Okay? We know very well. So what is the formula for the section modulus? Z is equal to pi by 32 into d cube. Is it right? Z equal to pi by 32 d cube. So pi by 32, d is how much is that here? Diameter of this specimen is 60. Is it right? 60 whole cube. So if you divide with the help of calci, then you will get the answer of 21.21 into 10 power of 3. So the unit should be how much? It should be millimeter cube, because the unit of diameter is meter, mm into cube, cube. Is it right? So that's what the section modulus unit is, cube. So how much we got it to the section modulus? 21.21 into 10 power of 3 cube. Okay, then after that we need to find out the mean bending stress. We need to find out, as well as we need to find out the variable bending stress. We need to find out. Okay, mean bending stress sigma m equal to m by capital Z. Is it right? So mm nothing but the mean bending moment by section modulus. So how much we got it here? So 12.5 p by section modulus value is 21.21 into 10 power of 3. If you divide 312.5 by 21.21 into 10 power of 3, then you will get the answer is 0.0147 p. That is the value of mean bending stress value. So what will be the unit? The unit is Newton per mm square. Okay, Newton per millimeter square. Is it right? Again, what we need to find out? We need to find out the variable bending stress. We need to find out. Is it right? Variable bending stress we need to find out. So what is the formula is there? Sigma V equal to mv by z. Okay dear. So mv nothing but what we can say here? Variable bending moment. What we can say? Variable bending moment by section modulus. mv value how much we got it here? 187.5 p by section modulus value how much we got it? 21.21 into 10 power of 3. If you divide 187.5 by 21.21 into 10 power of 3, then you will get the answer is 0.0088 p. So what will be the answer? 0.0088p. That is the value of variable bending stress. The what will be the unit? The unit should be Newton per millimeter square. That is the unit of variable bending stress. But in this case, what we need to find out? But our intention is we need to find out the value of P. We need to find out. Is it right? So which formula we have to use here? We can use two formula. Just now I told you, because sigma u and sigma y is given. Sigma u is given, then you have to use the Goodman-Lyon equation formula. If the sigma y is given, then you have to use the Soderberg equation formula. Is it right? The first thing is, with the help of Goodman-Lyon equation formula, we need to find out the value of P. As well as with the help of Soderberg equation formula, we need to find out the value of P. Then we need to select which one is having the greater force. We need to know. Okay dear, I am using the formula is Goodman-Lyon equation formula. I am using to find out the value of P. To find out the value of P. Okay. Goodman equation I am using to find out the value of P. So we know very well what is the formula is that 1 by n equal to sigma m by sigma u plus sigma v. Bolo dear, sigma v by sigma e into kf by k surface finishing factor into k size factor. Okay dear, then 1 by n, the factor of safety, how much is given here? The factor of safety of this material is given as 1 by 1.3 equal to the mean stress. How much we got it here? 0.0147p. 0.0147p by ultimate stress. Sigma u value is already given. How much is given? 700 Newton is given here. 700 Newton per millimeter square is given. Plus sigma v value. How much we got it here? Sigma v 0.008. Yes, 0.0088p by sigma e, endurance strength of the material, is given as 330 into kf. Here kf is given, here not given. If it is not given, I told you, you have to use the value is 1. Okay, kf you need to consider the value is 1. Okay, and k surface finishing factor is given or not? Is given. How much is given? The k surface finishing factor is given as 0.99 into 0.85. Okay, then the first thing is, always you need to remember, I told you, first you need to divide 0.0147 by 700, then you will get some value. If you divide 1 by 1.3, then you will get the value is 0.7692 equal to, if you divide 0.0147 by 700, then you will get the value is 2.1 into 10 power of 5 p. Plus if you divide 0.0088 into 1 by 330 into 0.9 into 0.85, then you will get the value is 3.4858 into 10 power of minus 5 p. Okay, then you need to add this value 2.1 into 10 power of minus 5 plus 3.485 into 10 power of minus 5, then you will get the value is 5.585 into 10 power of minus 5 into p. Okay, by 0.7692. Just you need to divide this term 0.7692 by 5.585. Okay, 8 into 10 power of minus 5 equal to P. If you divide this term, then you will get the value of 13770. So here I am getting the value is P equal to 13770.53 Newton. If you want to, okay, then if you want to find out in the kilonewton, so this means that you need to remove the 3 digits. Is it right? Then it should be how much? P equal to 13.770 into 10 power of 3 Newton. Okay dear, P equal to 13.770 kilonewton. Is it right? That is the value of P is how much we got it? 13.770 kilonewton, or you can consider this value. Both are equal. Is it right? Then after that, what we need to find out? With the help of Soderberg equation, we need to find out the value of P. Is it right? So I'm solving the value of P with the help of Soderberg equation. Okay. With the help of Soderberg equation, we are finding the value of P. So what is the formula is that? 1 by N equal to sigma M by sigma Y. Okay, but dear, here sigma M by sigma U, it is suitable for whom? For the good man. If you want to solve the value of Soderberg, means sigma M by yield stress, okay, plus sigma V by sigma E into Kf by K surface finishing factor into K size factor. Okay dear? Then 1 by N, N nothing but the factor of safety of this material is given as 1.3. Sigma M, how much is we got it here? 0.0147 P. And sigma Y, yield stress of the material is given as 500 Newton per millimeter square. 500 plus sigma V, variable stress 0.0088 P into KFL is given here, not given. If it is not given, you need to consider the value as 1 by sigma E. Sigma E, how much you got it here? 330. Is it right? 330. K surface finishing factor, we got the value is 0.9. And the K surface finishing, K size factor, we got the value is 0.85. Okay dear. So if you calculate 1 by 1.3, then you will get the value of 0.7692. Okay, so if you calculate with the help of calci 0.0147 by 500, then you will get the value is 2.94. 2.94 into 10 power of 5. P is as it is, plus again if you divide 0.0088 divided by 330 into 0.9 into 0.85. If you divide this term, then you will get the value is 3.485. 3.4858. 838 into 10 power of minus 5 P. So if you add the value of 2.94 into 10 power of minus 5 plus 3.485838, then you will get the value of 6.425. 6.4258 into 10 power of minus 5 P. So that is the value of 0.7692. If you divide this value 0.7692 by 6.4258 into 10 power of minus 5 equal to P. So if you divide the value of 0.7692 by 6.4258 into 10 power 5 with the help of calci, then you will get the value of P equal to 11970.88 Newton. You can consider this one value, or if you want to convert in the kilonewton, just you need to remove the 3 digits. Is it right? 1 after point 1 2 3, then it should be how much? P equal to 11.97088. How many digits we have removed? 3, means 10 power of 3 Newton. Is it right? Then P equal to 11.97088. 10 power of 3 nothing but kilonewton. That is the value of P. How much we got it? 11.97088 kilonewton. So here, which one is the biggest value we got it from this, with which method? The biggest value we got from this Soderberg equation. Sorry, with the help of which one? Goodman equation. In the Goodman equation, how much we got it here? 13.70 kilonewton. In the Soderberg equation, we got the value is 11.97088 kilonewton. So we need to consider the biggest value. Is it right? The biggest value is Goodman equation. Consider the biggest value. P equal to how much? 13.770 kilonewton. Okay dear. Then if you have the doubt regarding this problem, please write down in the comment box, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.